Good morning, caregivers. Welcome to What's Going On with Mama. Today is Monday, March the 11th, and I'm glad you are here to join us at our house today. March 11th is a special day. It was my mother-in-law's birthday and my dad's birthday both. And I'm thinking about them today as neither one of them are with us anymore. But you know, got them right here, right? I'd like to thank our sponsors today. We'd like to thank Life in the Carolinas at lifeinthecarolinas.com. Listen to the stories behind the stories. That's a tab you can click on their website, lifeinthecarolinas.com. It's a neat link. Listen to the stories behind the stories. Vitamin Depot on Celanese Road. Their phone number is 803-328-5800. Check them out. Ask them about what they've got for inflammation. It's a wonderful product and you want to know about it. Hi, Stacy. Hi, Hannah. Glad you guys are with us today. Well, it's been an interesting time with Mama, as this show's called What's Going On with Mama. Normally on Mondays, I update you on Mama. Mama Mondays is what I call it. And we have recently changed my mama's medication that helps calm her. We have reduced it because my mama's disease is progressing enough that we felt like maybe she was getting too much medication. So we cut back that medication to see how she would do. And at first we thought, yep, this is good. But as of yesterday, we're like, not so good. Good morning, Martha. Good morning, Stacy. So what we're seeing in Mama is a little more agitation again. Since her medication's been cut back, she's a little agitated. She's wanting to get up and down, up and down, up and down out of her chair. She's like a jack-in-the-box. She's wound up, but she doesn't know what she wants to do when she stands up. So it's not like standing up brings her peace or comfort. It doesn't, because then she sits right back down. She's kind of just on edge. It's not how I want Mama to be, because it doesn't feel good to Mama. It's not a happy place in her world to have that agitation. So I have written her doctor and said, please, can we go back to the dosage that she was on before? You know, you have to be aware of things like that with your loved one and pay attention to what they've got going on. And, you know, your life will be better and their life will be better. Yesterday is, on Sundays, I take food and do cook lunch there. And I got Mama in the kitchen with me and she was helping me open some packages. I fixed quinoa patties and they come in individual packages. They're from Aldi. If you haven't tried them, ooh, they're good, good, good. And Mama was opening them. I was very pleased. And she figured out how to put 6 on the bacon tray for me. So it was fun just to get to do something with Mama. Well, you guys remember Who's the Boss, the television show? I love that show. I guarantee you I've seen every episode. There's just a few shows that, you know, you just love to watch. Friends, Frasier, Grey's Anatomy, Private Practice. Those are all my favorites, but I did enjoy watching Who's the Boss. Well, Katherine Helmond passed away about a week ago. She starred on Who's the Boss as Mona. She was Angela's mother. You remember Angela? She was the lady of the house, and then Tony Danza came in to take care of the family. She was on Everybody Loves Raymond as Deborah's mother, and she was on Soap as Jessica Tate, a ditzy matriarch. I never watched Soap, so I don't know too much about that one, but I'm sure you guys did. And she passed away. She was married 57 years, and her husband David said she was the love of my life. Oh, isn't that word you always want said about you? She was an Emmy Award-winning actress. She did pretty good in her life. I remember her just being funny. Tony Danza said, we all lost a national treasure today. No words can measure my love. Aww. And that's a coworker. I don't have any coworkers who would say that about me. Let's see, wait a minute. Michael works with me, so maybe he would say it. I don't know. Hi, Edwin. Glad you're here. Let's see. It says, I thought Mona, this is what Katherine Helmond said about the character Mona that she played on Who's the Boss. I thought Mona was terrific. The actress once told People magazine about her boss character. She wasn't a slut, but suddenly in her life, she had the freedom to flirt and date. I hope I projected a positive image to older women. I thought that was pretty neat. She wasn't a slut. She just had fun. I told everybody when I get to the maybe the 80s in my life, I want to be like the lady on Golden Girls, Sophia Petrillo. You remember her? That's who I'm going to be. I'm going to be Sophia. She said anything she wanted, and it was all right. Hi, Stacy. Hi, Margie. Well, I wanted to share with you today the reason for today's show is this article that was in the AARP magazine. As I told you last week, I am not old enough to receive this magazine. Oh, no, I am not. But my husband is old fart. And he shares the articles with me. And this week there was, in the magazine, was an article called The Memory Keeper. And it's written by a gentleman who just celebrated 67th wedding anniversary with his wife. And he did so in the care facility where she is because she has Alzheimer's. And I'm going to be reading part of this. I don't normally read to you, but I can't hold this up for you to see it. So there you go. He says, I often go to visit Sonia with our oldest son, who, like me, lives in Manhattan. Having him along eases the trauma of what I must confront. This support, I am beyond grateful. Mostly I see my wife through a veil of tears when I try desperately to hide, which I try desperately to hide. I reckon I've shed more tears during the 5 past years of her battle with dementia than I have through any other phase of my life. All lives have their moments of pain or angst, trouble, and strife. Mine is no exception, although on balance, the rewards have far, far outweighed the punishments. Still, the most consistent fact of my life has been the long and loving relationship I've had with my gorgeous, devoted, adored, and adoring best friend. Not merely the love of my life, but the North Star by which I navigated. Don't you love that? This guy's got away with words. The profound irony of these terrible last moments of our charmed life together is that while her memories of those days have passed on to oblivion, mine remain intact, and by some odd miracle they are enhanced. I can remember every facet of our life together, from my first glimpse of her lying on a beach blanket at age 19 in a pristine white bathing suit, a stunning slender beauty who put Cupid's dart right in the solar plexus of my 22-year-old self, a dart that's never been dislodged in nearly 7 decades. It would be natural to dub this vivid recall an extraordinary gift, but I must confess that it has become more of a burden. Where has my sweetheart gone? Yet she is alive. Her heart beats, and believe me, some remnant of her beauty remains. Through the memories that are so intense and rich to me, though they are totally gone for her, I am imprisoned in an empty cell. Still, when I see her, when I think of her, every sense of her returns, the touch of her, the wondrous sweet smell of her, our interactions in bed we shared for multiple decades, the random embrace in the dead of night, knowing she was beside me, the steady sound of her breathing, the simple act of hand-holding, and yes, the caresses, knowing I was not alone. Today, my total recall feels like a curse, but I'm hopeful that someday, like the tides, that feeling will recede and I will still have our memories. My most fervent wish is that at some point before my sweetheart's demise, the dark clouds will lift, her eyes will brighten, and for even one brief moment, she will smile at me and recognize me and squeeze my hand. Oh, that's just part of that article, but that's heart-touching, isn't it? It's so beautifully written, and this husband's sweet thoughts about his wife and what she's dealing with. It just touched me, and I hope you enjoyed hearing. It was a little bit sad, but I told you last week it was a tearjerker. I could feel it in myself. I love the fact that love survives. Love survives through dementia. I hope it does. I know it doesn't in every situation, and isn't that sad? But love needs to survive no matter what we're going through. And as we've talked about before, just because you're going through dementia with your loved one does not mean you're going through the very worst thing in the world. You're just not. There are other things that are worse. But for you in your world right now, it's pretty severe and it's pretty important. Hi, Catherine. Hi, Tamara. So I don't want to lessen that intensity or make it seem unimportant in your world. I wish I could lessen the intensity for sure, but I don't want to make it seem unimportant. But there are things in life that will challenge us even when it's no longer dementia. There's always going to be something. We're going to talk about that tomorrow. There's an article that I recently read talking about that the people next to you and around you and that you see at the grocery store, you don't know what they're dealing with. And if you knew, it would be mind-boggling. And I think that's true. When I think about my life, I got it pretty daggone good. But then I think I've got a mother who has advanced Alzheimer's and Parkinson's and post-polio syndrome, all three of those. I've got a brother-in-law who has post-traumatic stress disorder. That's two really large things. I have two sisters who are not well by any stretch of the imagination. I've got my best friend who's going through cancer treatment, breast cancer treatment. That's a lot of stuff in one girl's world. But I sure got so much to be thankful for. And I'm trying very hard to think upon the things that I've got to be thankful for. Because as the scripture tells us, when we think upon those things, then that spirit of peace comes upon us. And then when I go visit my mama, I make her feel good. I make her laugh. I've got to tell you funny, her caregiver said, that last article got me. I'm sorry. No, I'm not sorry. It's okay. So I checked in with Mama's caregiver. Actually, she checked in with me to say, I hope you know, and I want to make sure you realize that your mama is declining. We've seen some fairly marked decline in the last couple weeks. And I said, yeah. I said, but she still got her silliness. And she said, yeah, she still uses her words. She only uses the S word about 6 or 8 times a day. We've cut back to 6 or 8 times a day. Y'all know what the S word is, right? That's how we know Mama's still with us. That word's still coming out. It just cracks me up. Oh, man. So you do have to find the things in life that will make you giggle. So tomorrow we're going to talk about that article of what people have got going on in their world that you'd be surprised if you knew. On Wednesday, I'm going to show you a few more games that I do with folks who have dementia. I'm always trying something new. I tried playing cards with Mama yesterday, but that was when I really realized how drastically changed my mama's vision is, because I had to hold that card right up in her face for her to see it. Mama's vision is just shot to you know where, and that is part of Alzheimer's. And then on Thursday, y'all know what Thursday is? Thursday is Pie Day, and I'm going to make a pie. But it's not Pi Day, P-I-E. It's P-I Day, because pi is 3.14 and Thursday is 3:14. So we're going to make a pie. And I don't do a lot of things with sugar, as you know, but we're going to have an exception and make cranberry oat pie, which is a recipe that I came up with a while back, one of my mama's favorites. It's appropriate because on Friday's my mama's 80th birthday. All right, thank you to Life in the Carolinas. Check them out at lifeinthecarolinas.com. I like the link this week called Listen to the Story Behind the Stories. Check that out. You will enjoy it. And Vitamin Depot on Celanese Road behind Dunkin' Donuts, 803-328-5800. I don't care where you are in this world. David can send products to you, and you can rest assured he has the highest quality of whatever it is he's selling, and I like that. We don't want any junk, do we? All right, so our scripture for this week comes from Psalm chapter 34, verse 8. Taste and see that the Lord is good. Blessed is the one who takes refuge in him. Think about this article and all this gentleman's experiences he's having and the emotions that flow through him that he wrote down for AARP. But realizing that the Lord is good and we can take refuge in him in the middle of those situations, ooh, that's a good thing. Well, join me today. If you don't have anything going on and you'd like to, join me at River Hills Community Church in Lake Wiley. I'll be speaking at 10 o'clock today, and you are more than welcome to come. No reservation necessary. The only thing you need to be admitted is a smile. Just come and smile at me, and I promise that I'm going to make you giggle. I may make you laugh right out loud. I hope so. But I'm going to help you learn a little more about dementia. And you can meet some super neat people. River Hills Community Church is where Michael and I worship when we're in South Carolina. It's a great church if you're looking for one. All right, that's all my commercials for today. I hope you have a good day. I hope you smile. I hope you think about life and you maybe contemplate it and think, you know, I'm dealing with a lot. But I can take refuge in the Lord who is good. See you tomorrow. Bye.